Okay guys, we're at our new location. So basically I'm real excited about this location. So basically what used to be here, there's a small town just outside down the road, and I think it was founded in like 1825. And the first school that was built on this property was built in 1880. Then about 1912 or so it burnt down, then they built another one. Well, the other school, they closed it down like in the 50s, and they obviously must have tore it down, or I don't know for sure when they tore it down. But I kind of knew about the schools, but I just never knew where I was looking for. So a lot of times on the sites I go on, it might give you information, but no one knows. It's like site unknown. Well, however many years ago it was when I was doing this area, because I'm about an hour from my house, but somebody put more information up, so I actually had a photo, and I just came into town and I stopped somewhere, and the first person I stopped knew exactly where it was at. So I'm going to kind of show you around, and I'll kind of talk about it because I'm hoping this is a hunting hole. That's why I'm not mentioning where I'm at, because it's a pretty big place. I mean, it's huge, but I'll kind of show you around, and you can kind of tell. I'm thinking the school, if they closed it down in the 50s, maybe they tore it down in the 60s, just the way things look, but you can't really tell. There's certain signs that kind of tell you there was stuff here, but there was literally two schools here. So the first one was probably made out of wood and it burnt down, then they made the other one, and both of them are, you know, really old buildings. But the first one, when they show it at the same location, and something's from 1800s, and all of a sudden there's a new one I think it was like 1918 or something like that. So that's probably when the other one burnt down. But the reason I know it burnt down, because they had photos of it and they didn't look alike. So a lot of times they'll have a school, then they'll have another school that's got an older date on it, but if you look at it, it's like the same building. They just remodeled it, and then they changed it to another date. So we'll kind of look around, and everything in here is just killer. It's on a hillside, so I mean, I can't be positive about the hillside because there's a couple roads out here. Maybe they built these roads and pushed that dirt in here, but there's a lot of good signs. So here, I'll kind of show you around. So we got all these old trees. A couple of them are tore down. Then over here, there's some kind of like sidewalk walking through here, and it goes into there. So, you know, for all I know, that big mound of dirt there might have been pushed in here. But then this might have been like the side, because it's a pretty big lot, and I'm going to go through it all before we start metal detecting. Then, of course, there's sidewalk out in front of it, and this is like on a main road. There's no reason there would even be a sidewalk out here other than there being an old school here. So I'd say that's what's left of the school that was built in 1918. Then you just walk through, and now it's a park. It's a public park, but there's a lot of old trees, and you can tell the stuff down in here, there's not fill dirt, because I see a lot of trees where the roots are exposed. So that's good, but it's still, I'm pretty sure they probably tore it down in the 60s. So even if there's some fill dirt in here, there still should be a lot of old stuff from the 50s and the 60s. But we're hoping to get back to the 1800s is what we're hoping. Then they got some picnic tables. You know, I mean, this stuff here is newer, but you can see how these trees are. And this is just like one side, and a lot of them are gone. And then there's like a hillside. There's a little building up there, swing set. And there's like a slab out here. I'm kind of not going to show you that sign out there because I really don't want anybody to know where I'm at. But you can see like big trees. And down the one road, it's a bridge. There's actually a metal bridge there, but I have pictures, and there used to be a covered bridge there. So basically, they must have took it out and put the metal bridge in there. So even the road across from it is probably the old road. This road out front, I'm not for sure about it. I don't know if it's like a main, because like I said, I wasn't real lost, but they've got a lot of road construction going on, and my GPS quit working. Plus it didn't even matter because all the roads were tore up. So I'm not for sure, but I mean, look at this. You know what I mean? This is what you want. See how all the roots are sticking out? And I'm not like a tree expert. I mean, I don't even know the different types of trees or anything like that. But I mean, this is a good sign. So I'm thinking, but there's like a block out there, but I don't know how big the school was. I mean, the one school looked like it was pretty big, but I'm thinking it's set over on the other side, and maybe the older school set over here before it burnt down. So this might be like the older part of it. Then, like I said, there's like a hill that goes up, and I don't know what that is, and there's woods on top of that. I mean, just everything you want to have when you metal detect is sitting here. So we got a park. We don't have to get permission. Everything's open. We can come here whenever we want, other than it's an hour drive, but that ain't really a big deal to me if I find a good spot, because I wanted to come here yesterday, but I got rained out. But in front of where that sign is, there's like a rock slab. I was hoping when I went over there maybe there would be something wrote on it, but I'm pretty sure that we're where we want to be. It was just hard to find because all I had was a photo, and there's no way if you drove, I mean, other than this being like a little park, but it kind of looks like a little rest area off the side of the road, but it's out in the middle of nowhere. Then we have some woods here, but you can see all these old trees, man. All the roots are sticking up, and I'm sure these trees are like 100 years old. That's why I think the school, the newer school, was over on that side, but it didn't make no sense when I was coming into town, because there was, well, it wasn't in town, it was outside of town, and there was a new schools out there, and that's what didn't make sense, because usually if they already own property, they always build the schools where the old schools were. So that's the only thing that didn't make any sense. So, but like I said, with that, obviously with the sidewalks and stuff out there, there was obviously something here. You know what I mean? I'm not positive, because even the information I get, someone might have put it on there, because I didn't have an address. You know, I don't have an address or nothing. That's why I probably never came here, because I've been to other places that are pretty close to here, but I never came here because I just didn't have the information. I mean, I don't go to places unless I'm for sure, especially when you got a long drive like this. And it's more exciting when you're metal detecting if you're at an old place and you have, you know, a chance of finding something old. That's what excites you. If you're just at a place and you don't know nothing about it, it's hard to get into it. See, this place here, I'm pretty positive that there was a school here in the 1800s, and then there was another school here in the early 1900s. So yeah, I'm just super excited. I mean, if it wouldn't have rained yesterday, and it's actually, we might get rained out today. I wanted to come here anyway. I almost came out here yesterday, but I would have got stuck in the rain. But at least I can come out here and look at things. And over here where I parked, I didn't even know for sure. Like I said, I drove up there. I thought I was gonna have to drive up. Maybe it was at the top of the hill, because there's some weird roads in here that like go up into the hills. And when I got over here, there's a gate. There's a gate up here, so that's just telling me that it must be private. And there's a trespassing sign on this pole right here. So I don't know what's up there. I seriously doubt if I'll even do it. I mean, it's possible there could be an old house that used to be up there, because it looks like some of it was paved. So if you look, you can see like broke up blacktop. So some reason they had that paved, so there might be like an old house up there. There might even be someone that lives up there. I might even be blocking their driveway. But you got all this wood, so I probably won't go on this side, but this side I will. And it's just wild looking. I mean, it's like right in the hillside. You can see the rocks and everything. So I'll be in there. But so basically what I'm gonna do to get started, I'll just slowly work around the outside and just start looking for signs of old stuff. And I got bug spray, so I'll probably spray myself down. I'll probably go in those woods too. And let's just hope, man, this could be a honey hole, I tell you, because everything, I mean, just like now, I'm breathing hard. Yeah, I walked a while, but most of it's because I'm so excited. Because, I mean, honestly, I've never even seen a place like this before. That's just got so much. And I didn't see any plugs. And where I'm at, no one might even know where this is at. I mean, I'm pretty in the middle of nowhere, you know what I mean? So there might be local people here that come to the park, but I don't see a lot of trash laying around. I seen some up there at that little building. There were some beer cans and stuff laying up there, but you know, it doesn't even look like there's a lot of activity here. And it's probably because it's in the middle of nowhere. People probably don't even know it's here. And there's some kind of, like, over on the way in, there's some kind of like part of the metro parks, like a walkway or something, and someone pulled in here with their dog and they had a backpack, so maybe that's where they were headed. Well, I'm gonna get off here, guys, and I'll get back to you as soon as I get onto a good signal. Okay, guys, I kind of just, all I've been doing is wandering around, basically waiting for a real killer signal. I found like a big bolt, and I found an old cap gun over by the truck, and I just been walking around. Well, I walked all the way to the other side, and I'm coming up the side of this hillside, and I get a good signal. It's like a 1242, and basically, if you look, I actually got a rim sticking out. So I don't know if it's a token or what it is, but it's a large cent. You know what I'm saying? This is the first coin I found, and I found a large cent. I don't know what year it is. It's in a lot better condition than the last one I found. So I can't tell for sure. But that's an 1800s coin, people. You know what I'm saying? This is a killer find. And it's just the first coin I dug. So I'll get back to you guys as soon as I get another good signal. Okay, guys, I'm basically like right away from where I just found that large cent. And basically, I'm just looking for a good signal that has some depth on it. I mean, this ain't a killer signal, but like I said, I just found that large cent over here. It's kind of weird because I was more worried about the hillside, and it wasn't real deep, so that's telling me this ain't fill dirt. There might have just been a bunch of trees up here, and they cut the trees out, because I was worried about it being fill dirt up here. Let's see what we got. Oh, we got another coin, it looks like, I think. That's not a coin. Oh. Huh. Yeah, I don't have any idea what that is. I know it's copper. Let's see through that thing out. I'll try to keep the trash down to a minimum, but like I said, man, after I found that, I'm super stoked. So we'll be digging a lot of holes. So I'll get back to you as soon as I get another signal. Okay, guys, I got a pretty decent signal right here. So I basically come down from where I found that large cent. I just been kind of gridding. I haven't had any real good signals. Most stuff I've been digging, they were light and they ended up being pull tabs. And I think I dug like one wheat cent, so I really haven't dug anything but that large cent and a wheat cent. That's a coin. Every time I get these, I always think it's a large cent or a fatty Indian. So it looks like it's a wheat cent is what we got. Looks like it's been hit by a mower or something. Well, I'll get back to you as soon as I get another signal. I'll probably just stay down here and grid it, because I actually have to go back to the truck because my battery's running down. So I'll get right back to you guys. Okay, guys, we're done. I mean, it looked good, but this is how we got here. So basically all I had was this photo here, and we're actually in Hanover, Ohio. It's like right outside of Newark. And you know, I got some information that there was a couple old schools that was here, but I mean, it was like I thought it was gonna be like a hot spot, because when I first got here, I found a part of a cap gun, and this is from like the 50s. Then I ended up going all the way to the other side, and I wasn't getting the thing. I knew it was metal detected because I wasn't getting any hard signals. I might have dug like 2 dimes and a couple pennies, but I walked across. I've probably been here at least 4 hours, 5 hours, but I wasn't getting any real killer signals. And if they were just cans. I knew what they were. But then I went over all the way to the other end, and I was just going along the ledge, and I found this large cent. So this is the best find of the day. And this is actually a 1840s coin. So this coin here is 180 years old. And then after I found it, I got so excited, I was gridding that whole side, and I couldn't find nothing. There was just like, there was just basically junk signals is all there was. There was no hard. This came in good. This was like a hard signal, but like I said, I hadn't been here very long, and I just thought maybe it was a bottle cap or something that I dug down. I was like, holy shit. And at first, because it's kind of hot out here, and I'm kind of a little off, because of the heat. And at first I thought it was a half cent, because I've never found a half cent, but this is a large cent. So this is a 1840 large cent. So this is a killer find. But as far as coming back, I probably will, but it'll probably be in the wintertime, because I think it's been metal detected to death. And you think as big as it is, but it don't mean nothing. There could be some local people that metal detect, and they'll come over here every day and they'll grid every inch of it. And even in the areas where people are at, there was nothing. I wasn't even finding like quarters or anything. Then I tried to go in the woods, and it's just full of spiders. I tried, and there's a lot of beer cans in there. But so if I come back, I think what I'll do is I'll drive out and go through the town of Hanover. I don't even know how big the town is. I might already drove through it, because there's like a road that's out here, and I had to kind of drive around. So I'll try to find where the main part of the town is. I'll look around, then that'll give me more incentive to come back. But I think the best time to come here is in the winter, when all this shit's dead and you can get in these woods. Because I think the woods, that's not meaning anything, because the way this has been metal detected, they probably done the woods. But usually people don't like get in the woods. They don't like be around bugs and shit like that. So that's why I told you, when you come to a place, the best thing to do is start on the outside. Because even the outside, people usually don't do that either. I actually walked down the side of the road. I went across the street. There's a little open area, and I didn't find anything. And there's a sidewalk running all the way down through here. And I probably walked at least 1/4 mile down the road down this way, and I just nothing. So like I said, I'm sure there's some local guys that come over here and they just pound the shit out of it. Because it just blew my mind that I wasn't getting any hard. Even as many times I crisscrossed here because the batteries ran out, and I've walked across this thing a couple of times, and I think there was one signal I got that was real good, and it was a dime, and that was it. And even this large, since like I said, it was a banging signal. That's why I thought it was probably just going to be a bottle cap. But I'm very happy to find this. This made my day. Plus, driving an hour down here, but this is totally worth it. We're trying to find silver. That's why a hot spot would be something like if I got somewhere where it was like in the 40s and the 50s, and I was probably finding a lot of rosies and mercury dimes and shit. I figured that'd be the hot. But I would love to find a hot spot where I'm just finding 1800 coins, silvers. But it was just a rough day, man. And it's hot as hell out here. And at first it was kind of wet, but it's just hot. It's like unbearable heat. And plus, over where I was gridding, it's just open. There's no trees or nothing. Then when I got done, I came over here and went around here, because this is where I found the cap gun, and I kind of went all over it. I went over it quick, but there was nothing. There's just no real hard signals. And the only thing I would think of is if I come back here, I'm going to go through the town. If I didn't already drive through it, I'll go through the town, and if I see something cool, maybe I'll come back in the wintertime and go through these woods. Then I can hit something in town. If it don't, because I'll know as soon as I get in the woods and it's just real dead, I know that it's been pounded, just like it is out here. But like I said, when you find a place like this and it's been pounded, that means in town. Everywhere in this area, because we're right outside of Newark, and I've never had any luck in Newark because there's so many people that metal detect. And I've been to all the schools. There's actually there's a town right down from here that's called Brownville, and they had like an old schoolhouse, and they tore it down, and I went there. Plus there was an old church across the street, and I didn't get anything. I think I found like a quarter or something. And that's how I kind of knew that I was in this area, because I remember, it's just like probably 2 miles down the road. And I'd say the only reason I didn't come here is because I didn't know for sure where it was at. Then, like I said, this is all I did is I drove into town, didn't have a clue where I was going. I had this picture of this part, and it is different. This is actually in the wintertime. Some of this stuff ain't even here, but you can tell the the swing and stuff's the same here. And you get, actually I'm parked right there. You know what I mean? So I'm parked like right here. So this is all I had, and that's the first place I stopped. The guy's like, it's right down the street. And I was like, cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, and we did find, this is a killer find, man. 180-year-old coin. So it's a good find. So it's been a good day, other than I'm like, ugh. I mean, it's so hot and miserable out here, and it's like unbearable. But like I said, I'll probably come back in the wintertime and get in these woods. Because, I mean, I went in there, but it was just like full of spiders, and I can't handle that shit, man. They get in your mouth, and it's just, I mean, it's terrible being in there. And I mean, it's like, because no one goes in there, I mean, it's just full of spiders and cobwebs. So, but I'll definitely come back here in the winter and check it out. Plus, maybe I'll go up here, and I think that trespassing signs this property up here, and I went through in here a little bit too, and you got all these woods, and I don't know what, there's a lot of people showing up, and they're walking down that way for some reason. I know that covered bridge was there, so there might be something down that way too. But this place has definitely been pounded. That's the reason I'm telling you where we're at. So we're in Hanover, Ohio. So if you guys are, hell, if you metal tech and you've been here, let me know. I mean, because I can guarantee you at one time, whoever came here the first time found a ton of stuff. I can guarantee you that. And I was just lucky, and I'm always lucky. I mean, and this was like, this might have been like the third hole I dug, I found this. And that's why it's almost if you find something right off, it kind of brings you bad luck. But I'm pretty sure it's a 1840, and it's really in good condition, because so this thing's been in the ground for 180 years, because it doesn't have any wear whatsoever. It's a lot better condition than that 1830 I just found. But I'll clean it up, but I'm pretty sure it's the 1840s. After I clean it up, I'll take a photo of it and post it on Instagram so you guys can see it. But I'm pretty sure it's a 1840s. I mean, it's right on 1840. I'm pretty sure that's a 0, but it's in pretty good conditions. So if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks a lot. Bye.